Alright, I'm back with another replay. This is another one sent to me by Gibbination, playing as Krebs. And we're playing what appears to be Chaos Control, seeing as there's a creature swap in the main deck. We're also running Euphoria. I would assume this means that this is some anti-aggro list, running Tomato and Scapegoat, perhaps even Mimics or Spies. So yeah, I think this is quite straightforward. Discard a Thunder Dragon, but first we lead with the duo. Yep, Gibby agrees. So do we summon Euphoria or do we set Euphoria? So it would appear they are playing against Warrior. The advantage to summoning Euphoria is that you're not losing your Thunder Dragon to a Kaiku, but I don't think that's an issue. What I do think is an issue, however, is if we were to be destroyed by a Mystic Swordsman level 2. So I think I would just summon the Euphoria face up. But you could also make the case that likely Krebs, if they have the reinforcements of the army, we would just get the Blade Knight. So I'm not sure. Decides to set. Yeah, they go for the Breaker. Okay. This is so good. Now we get to use the Heavy Storm and set the Mimic. We could wait with the Heavy Storm, but I don't think we should. I would just catch it in here. We get Dust Shot. So the Mimic is likely going to be sent back. It could be that we're going to take away the Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. So I still think we play the Heavy Storm here. I mean, you could wait a turn. No, I would just cash it in. So here we just play the creature swap after summoning the tomato. And I think we could grab another tomato, could grab Sangan, Euphoria, depends what alternatives we have. Goes for the Sangan, okay. I mean, this game is pretty much over. There's not even chaos on the opposing side. I think this is enough pressure, so I would just set the Mimic level 1 in main phase 2 after attacking with both. You need to run into Torrential or Mirror Force. So I think we attack before flipping the Mimic. Oh, alright. At this point, yeah, I still think we attack. Okay, decides to go for game. I mean, sure, doesn't really matter what you do. Why didn't we tribute summon the Thunder Dragon there? I guess we figured that Krebs figured that they would tribute summon the Thunder Dragon, and thus the Torrential would not be flipped immediately. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced. I mean, sure, the Mimic is nice to have on the field when we can protect it, but dealing lethal damage is never a bad thing. Alright, that was a bit of a non-game. Here we open double Thunder Dragon. But we're a spy in the ring and a serpent, so let's see if we get to keep those. So I think we just play the Typhoon here. Maybe not. Maybe that's asking to be just shot again. So maybe we just set both, and I think we're priced in to set the Serpent. Okay. Doesn't decide to ring the Kaiku, which I find a bit interesting. So now I think we flip the Typhoon. But this is also quite obviously bait for the Typhoon. So maybe we don't. But we're starting to fall very far behind here. Breaker. I mean, sure. Okay. Flip the Typhoon on the... I think we flip it on the old set. Because we wouldn't set a new one unless they wanted us to hit it. And there's the book. I don't understand this Book of Moon play. Now you're just vulnerable to Sangan. Yeah, I mean, this is a bit odd. Okay. I mean, you could claim that this was the only way of dodging the book, but I think you just took 1800 points of damage you didn't have to take. So, we have to set the Serpent eventually anyway, right? Yeah, I think we set it. So this also wasn't much of a game. I guess we set the Magician of Faith. Just pray that we're not dead. Yeah. So do we blind MST here? I think not. I think we just set the spy and the MST behind it. Ooh, feels bad. Alright, so those two games were not the most competitive. So we set the tomato, and I don't think we set anything behind it. You could also summon tomato to play a Mystic Swordsman, level 2, which I actually think is reasonable. So yeah, maybe summoning the tomato is correct. I could try to be fancy and like set Heavy Storm or even set the Mirror Force, claiming that whatever, if there's a breaker, that's fine. I would want to feel them out and just summon Tomato Pass. There's the breaker. So here, I would be tempted to grab a Mimic, level 1. But Sangan is also good. Eudora is obviously good. Interesting. So we're not getting dust shot. Cool. It's very, very likely that there's a book. So this heavy storm will only trade one for one. So I think I would just summon tomato and attack into the mimic. You could also make a case for setting the tomato. I think I would summon it. Goes for the heavy storm, but there's the book. Doesn't feel like a great storm to me. So now what should you do? So now you're gonna summon the tomato and run it over? This is fine. So here we get most likely Sangan, unless I guess the Nidoria might be better actually. Just go for the Sangan. Maybe we're running Tsukiyomi even. Okay, so we're grabbing the Spy. Alright. So now we flip the call to get the level 1 back. Alright, this is pretty good. So we could snatch the Blade Knight, set the Spy, set the creature swap, run over the Breaker. I think that looks pretty clean. This feels a bit timid to me. But yeah, just relying on Spy to defend you, to buy time, and not reacting before you have to. Can't go wrong with that. So I think now we just set the book, pass. Didn't shuffle their hand. Thunder Dragon is always a nice addition. Now we have access to Chaos. I think we just pass. Chain the book. Yep. Set the Wind Blast, pass. This is starting to get a bit scary though. Sets the creature swap as well. Maybe that's to play around Dust Tornado or Mystical Space Typhoon. Alright. There we go. There's Graceful. I don't understand this. Why right now? Trying to bait out Solemn? No, I don't get it. So, is the plan to crash into the Kaiko to get rid of us? Or is the plan to start picking off Blade Knight and Breaker? But Blade Knight is 2k now, so I guess we crash with the Kaiko. Yeah, that's a clean 2 for one at least. So now we're Graceful then? Oh, we're trying to find the Solar Judgment and hit it. so that the graceful is going to go through. So that's what they were doing. Fishing for a Book of Moon or a Battle Trap. That's a pretty cool play. Sure. Then I shuffle, but I guess it doesn't matter much. So here we pick up our only target, the Mimic. So do we summon Bilas? No, we can't because of the Kaiko. And frankly, I don't think we want to. But I do think we want to set the Mimic in the ring. You could make a case that we should set the card destruction to play our Delinquent Duo, as there is no Heavy Storm anymore. But we might want to keep that card destruction as discard fodder for a tribe or a Regeki Break, Phoenix Wind Blast. Rings the Kaiko, I guess. Yeah, so that the BLS is live. Where is it? The Judgment. Yeah, so we did hit the Judgment with the Phoenix Wind Blast. I think that was a nice play. It's pretty cool. So I think we just drop BLS. Let them have the Judgment. Yeah, maybe we should save it. But I kind of want to get the card destruction out of my hand to grab the Mimic. But maybe that's a poor play, as we might be helping them. Passing is a bit scary though, because once the Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke comes down, we take a lot of damage quite fast. Does decide to pass. Okay, so I guess in that case we just set the Mimic and pass ourselves. Go for the creature swap. I don't understand what prompted this response. They give us the Blade Knight, seeing as it's only a 1600 attacker on our side. And if we're going to destroy one of the monsters, they want to destroy their light, I assume. So we run over the Mimic now. Goes for the set. I don't understand. I guess we just pass now then. Why are we going for the duo? What's our read? I mean, Chaos Monsters. Likely. But it's not live. I guess we could crash the breaker, drop the BLS, and then we're in a bit of a tricky situation. Yeah, sure. It's not a bad play. Oh, breaker is a godlike draw. Did we just win? Yeah, this is lethal. Wait. Yeah, right. There we go. Okay. I'm a. The third game was quite nice, I must say, and there were quite a few cool decision points. Thanks for the game, Gibby. Very cool.